Hello, Lorcana fans, and welcome back to another Uninkable Dads episode. I'm your host, FPS Madness. Now, I know many of you are giving up for the big Infinity weekend. For 1 week only, it's about building those wild, over-the-top Infinity decks to chase down a stunning whole new world promo card. We're going to break down exactly what you need to know, the strategy, and some powerful deck ideas to give you the best shot. So, if you're ready to embrace the chaos and build something truly infinite, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
It is up to you.
Holding the fort down. I was holding the fort down. I was at locals
You're always
picking
holding the full down.
I was at locals picking up a prize pack with a new deck.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I wasn't actually there last week, so I'll let you off.
I was there.
Where was I last week?
You were out having a jolly.
Yeah, I was on my work stick, wasn't I? Yeah. Shows how good of a work
That
stick.
time of year.
No, it was alright actually, but yeah.
But Infinity Weekend, brilliant. I mean, it's the only time my random jank deck building skills can be called innovation.
Yeah, I mean, it's there is no Infinity meta, so you can play what you like, really. You just say you're ahead of the curve. You got there first. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's nice to have a bit of a mix up. Be nice to throw a few B preps around here or there. I know they're going to be there. One of us is going to be running B prep at some point. Whether it's not me and you, it'll definitely be Panos. So,
absolutely,
yeah.
I guess. And for anyone who isn't familiar, so Infinity is Lorcana's format where you can play any card. So it doesn't matter if the card's been rotated out. Doesn't matter if the card's been banned in standard, core constructed. So yeah, you can get those Hyrems out, you can get those Fortispheres out, and so you can play with all of those cards.
Yeah, Fortisphere, yeah.
Yeah,
I can say it's Vitality, but it's not.
But yeah, you can play with all of them. So the only card in the whole of Lorcana that you can't play with is the original Bucky. So
yeah, that's a shame.
I don't see too many people being. Yeah, I don't see too many people being disappointed by that.
Yeah, no. Obviously, Infinity does have its own ban list, but currently on the list is nothing. So yeah, you're free to play whatever you want. That may change in the future, obviously. As sets come out, there may be some really, really broken combo, even in Infinity, so they have to ban it. But currently, there is no ban list for Infinity. So, yeah, that's a lot of cards to pick from.
Absolutely.
So we're 10 sets in now, 204 cards a set, so you've only got 2,040 cards to pick from. Nice and easy.
Yeah, no problems. Just, chuck them together.
No
excuses. Make something that works. So yeah, Infinity Weekend is running over the 12th, 13th and 14th of December. So check out your local game store, find out when they are running it. But yeah, you get to put a deck together for Infinity format. And if you just love Lorcana and that sounds like a headache, well, hey, anything that's currently legal in core constructed is also legal in Infinity. So just take your normal deck down. Have a good time.
Yeah, the good thing is they've done this, it's not prize related, so you don't have to be in top 8 or anything to get the promo. You just turn up and play. So if you, like you say, if you're someone who you don't want to go through all the effort of building an Infinity deck, that's not sort of like your style of gameplay, just take your normal deck, play a couple of games, get yourself a nice promo. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll say it'd be nice to crack out the B prep again.
Yeah. Be nice.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm looking forward to. So I will definitely be playing some form of Ruby Amethyst because just looking forward to getting the bounce package out again.
Yeah. See, now the question is, do you run B prep or Sisu?
Two big cards. Two very iconic cards. You know what my answer is going to be, but don't know. Let us know in the comments. B prep all the way. B prep all the way, baby. And I could probably sing it on turn 5 with cards that are around.
Yeah, you can sing it Powerline.
Yeah. But yeah, B prep for me. But let us know in the comments if you're are you team Sisu or team B prep. What's the biggest Ruby card that comes back when you get to play Infinity? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to playing the bounce stuff. Actually, it was one of those things when they rotated it out. I wasn't, even though I played it for a long time and it was a core of all the decks that I played. I really enjoyed the mechanic. I wasn't as sad to see it go as a lot of people were, because I thought, it's fine, shake up the meta. It's been around for a long time. But yeah, now you're looking, I'd like to play that again.
Yeah. What's that? A free cost rush that hits for 4 and takes out a daisy and gives you your card back. That sounds good. I like that.
Absolutely. And I mean, I like now, with the boost mechanic. So we've got a Cheshire Cat with 2 cards under it, maybe. And you can rush in, bounce that back, put 3 cards back in your hand, and take something out. Very nice.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. So we have a few deck lists to share with everyone to give them some ideas on what you'd like to play on Infinity. So these are decks that have done well over the weekend in tournaments and other events. So first up, we have a blue steel deck. Now this is where we're talking about the whole thing of Force Sphere and a ribbon coming back. So obviously this deck wasted no time and stuck 4 of each in. Not surprising at all. So obviously if you do run into a blue steel item deck, the chances are their game plan is basically to get as many items on board and Quest with Tamatar in one. Although there isn't as many items in this version as you'd expect, which I found quite interesting. Normally, you bulk out on items so that way you can almost win it in one turn. You can dime and then quest or quest twice. So, but yeah, that Tamatar that shot up in price when it came out because of these cards, and then they got banned and Tamatar went back downhill again. But yeah, we had to crack out the Tamatars again, which would be nice. And Scrooge actually seeing some play again, which would be quite nice. So yeah, this is a good pick. Definitely if you are, a Blue Steel fan, if you're missing playing Blue Steel, this is definitely a good one to try. Zeus coming back as well. Getting rid of the Thunderbolt and bringing Zeus back.
Yeah, I see all that. Sudden Chill. Not Sun Chill. Fishbone Quill.
I was thinking, were you getting Sun Chill?
It rhymed. So there you go. I don't know. What was in my head?
Fishbone Quill.
I don't know what was in my head.
Bingo cooler now?
Yeah. I know what because that's now sitting off curve, right? Would you not play Cinderella instead? Yeah, so would you not? But we've now got Cinderella, right? Which allows us to ink twice.
It does, but you have to have a princess to trigger it, whereas this you can just trigger every thing without having to play a princess.
And it's
and also it means that and Scrooge can find it and play it and stuff, and unfortunately I think Fishbone is I'm surprised you don't see Cindy in this, to be fair, but then I suppose there's a lot of uninkables, so it would be a bit awkward to try and fit her in. Go from there, we have one very powerful deck that I really, really hope I don't see too much of. This is definitely you want Sisu in your hand at all times. So this is Amber Steel, very typical Amber Steel aggro, but you've now got Nala and Piglet, which is never going to feel good. And then you chuck in a Vinny, a new Raja bodyguard, and the Rhino shift, and all of a sudden games are going to be over very, very quickly. Yeah. So if you're rushed for time at your Infinity event, maybe take something like this. Your games will be done so quick you'll be able to pop off again. Yeah, this looks scary. This is definitely fine tank to sing B prep. Otherwise, I think you're gonna struggle.
Yeah, you got the Rapunzel coming back.
Rapunzel back. Mr. Smee back, Lilo back. Yeah, there's quite a few oldies coming back into this, which is quite nice to see. Again, this did very well. This can finish first in a 114 player tournament, which I am not surprised at all. This is extremely quick, and if you get the right cards from memory, I think it was something like turn 4 you can end the game with this all deck because it just quests so fast. Moving on, we have this is a blue steel deck, but this is one that has gone down the Cindy route and more maxed out on items. So we've got 4 Ink Runner in there, which is basically a worse off Popsicle. But you play it, you draw a card, and this deck is looking to basically end the turn on without you doing anything. You don't get a choice. They're not going to play a character and let you take it out. It'll be play Tamtar, tap dime for like 12, if not more. So their game plan is to end the game on 1 turn if they can. Very, very little characters in this. When you look at this, there's a lot of actions and items, very little characters. It must be very weird playing this after playing what we have done, where most decks now run like 8 actions and that's it.
Yeah.
You're lucky, everything else is a character. Now to, only 2 characters in here that you want to see at a certain time. The rest of them you don't really, after turn 4 or 5, you don't really care about them. So, but yeah, this is basically just ramp all the way up as far as you can get, preferably to 16, so that way you can Tamatow a dime in 1 turn and trigger dime. So, yeah, it'd be fun. I'm tempted to do something like this just so I can have the fun of Tamatow again, but
it's not. I don't know. I was never into the item deck myself.
I don't know how you struggle with how you deal with aggro with this.
No, your bells.
I mean, if you can get Scrooge down for free a few times.
I guess if you can get Bell down on turn 1 for free and then go into T-Po, you might have enough to just keep him at bay.
Yeah.
Enough to get into your big stuff. But yeah, you've got no mass removal at all, have you?
No, that's where moving on to this deck is a whole nother ballgame. So we're still going a little bit down the item route with the Tamatoa, so they still want to quest big at some point, but they've only running 7 items, so I don't see that side of the game plan really working. But you've got the Half Shark in here, you've got Brawl, and then B-Prep, but only 1. I mean, I don't know whether people, it's just been so long since we've played like this sort of thing, but B-Prep is a one-off? It's like, when are you running B-Prep as a 1? That's a 4.
Yeah.
If you're running B-Prep, you're running 4.
It was always 4 or occasionally 3. People did occasionally take out the third one.
Yeah, but normally you drop down to 3 to stick an extra Sisu in, but they've decided to go 4 Sisu and 1 B-Prep. I think I wonder if it's one of those ones people are so used to having characters on board now, it's like they don't like the idea of wiping it. I don't want to be prepare. I want to keep my stuff. Unfortunately, that doesn't work anymore. Unless you're paying, obviously, the Princeville line still works, I suppose. But yeah.
So Sapphire Calls in here, which was always a nightmare with Sisu.
Yeah.
But how are you... Or do I not remember the card right? It's -2 strength when you ink, right?
Yeah, whenever you ink.
So how are you inking twice in a turn? Because Cinderella inks at the end of your turn, right? So she's not...
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, only Tipper and Sale. So you'd need something else, really. That's where I normally Fishbone come in, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you tap the Fishbone, stick something else in. Tala as well. No, well, not Tala. How far would trigger it as well? So there was a few ways. So I think I'm going to be going more traditional red blue.
Because I remember playing it against our friend Michael when he was just decimating me with Coil and Sisu. I can't remember what I was playing. I think I was playing Blurple. So I dropped a monster on the board because that's got like a massive amount of strength, right? So and he just went he went Fishbone, ink for turn, Fishbone to ink, and then how far I go or something, I'll ink another one, and I'll Sisu out your Monstro straight away.
Yeah,
it was like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. when the coil and CC pop off. But yeah, I don't know. Like you say, I feel like this is missing that little bit extra to get that coil to work. Really, yeah.
Because there are a lot of beefier
did
characters around these days, aren't they? So, I mean,
this
yes,
is
in
the thing,
Infinity, you might have some aggro decks like you've just seen with the Amber Steel, but there's going to be
still going to be a
few
fair
decks
amount
with
of
some
chunkies.
Yeah. So if Sisu is only
So I don't see
hitting...
Demona really going anywhere in Ruby Amethyst.
No.
So we'll have to wait and see on this one. This one's more of just a reminder for everyone more than anything else. Diablo does exist.
The bird is back.
Diablo and Prince John, the bird is back. We have obviously the free shift characters, free shift targets for it, and just the powerful opener of on2 shift Diablo Sing Friends. It's like that. It ends most games. You know, they've got a massive card draw at that point, and then they're going to keep drawing from Diablo. There's a few ways of getting people to discard cards now. Goliath could potentially stop the bird in its tracks a little bit. But yeah, they've gone for 4 Hades in this, the Max Goof and the Dumbo. So they're what you'd call the newer cards for this. Everything else we've kind of seen in this sort of style deck before. But yeah,
And
the
there's
Max
a
Goof
lot...
bringing back Sunchill over and over. And that could be fun.
There's a lot of answers to Diablo now, aren't there? There's a lot of evasives.
Yeah.
And there's, ways to give additional strength. So, you can play
I wouldn't say
some strength.
The issue is we don't have many ways of getting around Prince John still.
No, that's very true.
So that would definitely been a little bit of a pain. So if you are running still, maybe drop the Zeus and stick in a couple of Grabby Swords. And if it helps you out and takes out a Prince John, let me know in the comments. So, and then we had this one just appear. I don't know who on earth would build this.
You've got to have a bit of Ruby Amethyst.
Look at it.
Some
really weird bounce mechanic in there, and some evasives and a goat. I mean, what does a goat do?
It's all the good stuff.
And make some noises.
Absolutely. And gaining your lore. In and out of the door. Throwing that lore in the basket.
One question I do have for you with this is: do you really think you'll get into 8 and 9 ink?
Well, back in the day,
when there wasn't Piglet and Nala.
Yeah, well, no, this was. I wanted to get back to Ruby Amethyst being what Ruby Amethyst was, which was draw an absolute bunch of cards, play Be Prepared, and then just be able to control the game from there.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, what have we got in the new cards that kind of plays into that game plan? So first of all, Diablo, because one of the problems with Ruby Amethyst was that there was not a good 2-drop.
There was no tempo start, was there?
Yeah, there was no. You had to play. You ended up playing Flim Rider.
Yeah.
To try and get him to pop off, and I always said I thought Flim was just a trap because you played him and then you had to play in to try and make him work, and then he just got taken off the board, and you sat there just going, now I'm in trouble. But Diablo, absolutely brilliant. And then we've got the Cheshire Cat. So no rabbit in here because we've got so much draw power anyway in your Dumbos and your Genies and being able to sing friends. But also now we can boost Cheshire Cat, use the ability to move some damage around, and then later on just bounce it back. Madam Mim Snake, Madam Mim Fox. Bounce it back. If you've boosted it twice, you're bouncing 3 cards back into your hand. And if you're doing that with Madam Mim Fox, you're then able to challenge immediately for 4. So yeah, absolutely loads and loads of card draw. Obviously evasives. They get Rush through Peter Pan.
The only ones I just noticed is obviously you've got no Elsa. You decided to leave out the 5-drop Elsa.
Yeah. just struggling to find room with everything else
Monster
in the
amethyst,
deck.
and there's your room.
But I want
I could be wrong.
Yeah. I just want those real control cards at the top end. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, let us know in the comments. This is not a finished deck. But what would you change? What would you take out? What would you add in? What sort of lines of play do you think there are now that allows Ruby Amethyst to, be that real controlling deck?
I'd potentially think of the Madam Mim. Would you not change that out for the Lumiere? To give him +1 at all times instead of just charging.
Yeah, quite possible. The reason I went for
Helps with
Madam Mim
Sisu,
is...
doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes, the reason I went for the Madam Mim instead was the 3
Yeah.
strength, but because we don't know how much... Again, that's the thing with Ruby Amethyst, right? It always wants to react to whatever's in the meta, and we don't know what's in the meta as yet. So I was kind of thinking about Cinderella and Storm being back in.
Makes
possibly
sense.
Father Cannons, but then, you're right. Sisu might be a big part of it as well.
You say obviously it's a Ruby Amethyst deck, but if you took out the Maleficent and changed that to an Elsa, this is basically an Amethyst deck with a tiny splash of Ruby. The 8 Ruby cards. But they are cards that do such a good job. One thing I did think from that, because you got so many Amethyst cards, is would the new Minnie Mouse come in any good? Any time you one of your Amethyst characters is banished, you draw a card. There's a lot of Amethyst cards in here. And I think that even counts for the Chernobog and the Broom. So you draw 2 from both of them as well. So that could be quite nice. Nice little flex spot if you've got a couple of spots spare in your Ruby Amethyst Infinity deck.
Yeah.
And you are running, the standard opener of the old Ruby Amethyst, the Broom and Chernobyls. That could be a nice one to squeeze in. But, yeah.
So if you're going to play this deck, you need to get like hand extensions so you can
that's it.
Hold all the cards.
Just be careful you don't deck yourself. So it's going to be interesting. I am really looking forward to Infinity. I think it's going to, really bring a nice, exciting weekend where we're all playing something different. And I think potentially, you could look at it in a way it may actually improve this meta as well, because we're going to go back and play these cards and then think of play lines that we're currently not thinking about because they're not even in the game. And then you go, hang on a minute, is there a way I can do this? Or, that card's actually better than I remember. Or, be interesting to see. So anyone that is going to an Infinity, you may run across a crazy combo where your opponent has decided to take control of the board with his red-blue deck and play a Hades, a Maui, and a Headless Horseman. So in last week's episode, we obviously brought you the little puzzle quiz. And we had a few comments. We got a few people get it right. It wasn't... I wouldn't say this was difficult. This was okay. It just took a little bit of working out to work out what goes where, sort of thing. So we said we'll reveal it on this week. So we'll run you through the answers. So the mistake a few people were making was playing Elsa straight away, exerting the Horseman, and then running Mulan into Horseman, or challenging with Hades with Hercules first. That was the big mistake, because as soon as you've done that, nothing else really takes any damage, apart from Mother Gothel. No, you have to move from the Hercules challenge. I was thinking, you could do it, but no, you can't. So, So, the first move would be to challenge the Hades with the Mother Gothel. When you do this, obviously, Gothel would take 3 damage, Hades would take 1. Mother Gothel's ability it does trigger, but the damage is implied after the challenge is completed. So therefore, there's no damage on the cards at that time. So therefore, there's no damage to move on this challenge. From there, you would then challenge Hercules into Hades. That would do an extra 5, banish it in Hades. And then you can use Mother Gothel's trigger to move 1 damage from Mother Gothel to the shark. Going on from there, you would then play Elsa, exert the Headless Horseman, run Mulan into the Headless Horseman, and because she's a hero, she takes no damage. That takes out the Headless Horseman, and again, you Mother Gothel trigger to move 1 damage from Gothel to the shark. And then Elsa would come in, challenge the shark. Again, hero, so no damage taken herself, thanks to Hercules. And then after that challenge, she would then move 1 damage from Mother Gothel to the shark, banishing the shark. So you end up with a complete board clear of your opponent's side, and you end up with your 4 characters in play with no damage. I'd like to know how many people would own up and say that when you're sitting down at a table ready to play your opponent, and that's the board state in front of you, how many of you would actually take the time to sit there and go, I can board wipe here?
Yeah.
Because I didn't. I'd look at that and think, right, well, can't deal with the shark because he's evasive. I could probably deal with the Hades and the Horseman, and then leave them with Shark. And then I'm like, but then Shark's going to trade and then just do sharky things. And so then you probably don't do anything and go to the next turn.
Yeah, it's absolutely one of those board states where I lose the game and then go, well, there's nothing I could do. They got out 3 beefy characters. I just didn't draw the cards to do anything about it. So yeah, it's really, really interesting to kind of see this and think this through and realize that actually, there are often ways to turn board states around.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. I had it at Axion when I was in the last game there, where I had a moment where I thought the game was over. I was like, I can't even stop you for a turn here. And I said to my opponent, look, I'm just going to take a minute. And he was like, yeah, no worries. So I sort of sat back, put my cards down, really focused on his side of the board, then really focused on mine and said, what can I do with what I've got? Then picked my cards up and then looked again. And then I realised, oh, no, you could do this. I can't remember exactly what it was now. But I then realised there is another line of play that I didn't see, first of all, because I was just looking at my cards and going, what can I play here? What does what, So sometimes by taking that moment and sitting back from it, you can spot things. So it's definitely worth doing. Like I say, I with the cards on board there, I never would have thought you could wipe the opponent's board. It's only when you really sit down and really pay attention that you can see it. So yeah, if you're sitting down at any Infinity this weekend, obviously take your time. There's a lot of cards that we haven't seen for quite a while, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get those abilities and triggers in your head and get them correct. So yeah.
And I mean, if your Infinity deck doesn't confuse your opponent and yourself, is it even Infinity?
Well, that's the whole game plan, isn't it? If you can get them to go, what does that card do, and pick it up every time, then you start playing slow, and then you can call Judge, he's playing slow, and then you win anyway, see? So we have some exciting Lorcana news this week. We actually have some new stuff coming out. So first of all, we have the Lorcana Collector's Guide sets. Sets 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. Funny enough, that's rotation. So 1 to 4 and then 5 to 8. I can pretty much take a guess now. The next one's going to be 9 to 12, but so yeah, these are coming out on February the 1st. So these come out on my birthday. I'm going to treat myself to the collector's guidebooks on my birthday, I think. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what are in these yet. There's not overly amounts of information out there. I'm guessing maybe each page is going to be a bit about the card, maybe a bit about the artwork.
Yeah,
the story behind it.
I'd heard somewhere there was going to be something about the lore, so the story, which would make sense. But yeah, no, looking forward to them. They look shiny. They've got all kind of stuff inside. So yeah.
Mickey Mouse and Belle on the front. I'm sold.
Yeah, bit of bedtime reading.
So going on to bedtime reading, you actually have a book as well. So they're actually bringing out a notebook. So there you go. You can write your own story for bedtime
There you
reading.
go. Is it really thick? Can I write all of my misplays in it?
No. I'll get you a couple. Should last you a set then. So these are going to be a notebook style thing, but there will be, I believe there's 31 pages which you can have full art on. So the
nice.
one they've shown the example is one page has got the 5-cost Exert Elsa on. So you get a little bit of artwork in there. And again, that comes out on the 1st of February. So I will be picking up a notebook for my birthday. Exciting times. I don't know what I'm going to write in it. I should write show notes or something, I should use a notebook. I never do.
It's one of those things that I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but from what I've seen, it just looks so well made. It's like it's gonna be like, yeah, you want to use it as a notebook, but I don't know. It's got to be this.
I suppose it
really
depends on
special
the price,
notes.
doesn't it? It depends on the price. If they're not too highly priced, then it's not too bad. You can get a couple. You can keep one nice and then use one at work or whatever. So, going on from there, we have a little bit of news. So they're actually bringing out 2-player starter decks. So I don't know whether they're moving away from the originals or whether they're doing it as well. But May the 8th, they'll be starting, which I'm guessing is going to be Into the Unknown, Into the Wildlands Pixar set. That's going to be second quarter, so that's maybe a potential spoiler for when that set's out, because we don't actually know yet. But the 2-player starter set is coming in spring, and they will have 60 cards in each deck, 2 different ink colors. So the ones in this one are going to be Amber Emerald and Amethyst Ruby. Whoop whoop. So yeah, no longer having to pick up 2 different starter decks, you can pick up 1 player set. Yeah, I'm excited for these. These are, I think, what should have been done at the start, to be fair, because I think a lot of people were confused on the starter decks, thinking that you could just grab that, go home and play with a friend. So it'd be interesting to see if these do replace the starter decks or whether these are going to be alongside it. I'm assuming it's going to replace it, but could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see whether they've got something more than, because I mean, if they're just 2 single-player starter decks, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I know as you say there was a bit of confusion, but surely just sort out the confusion, make it clear, and then people can buy what they want to buy, because
I think it's going to come with bits in it that help as well. So
I think it's got to have something a little bit more
maybe
towards Gateway.
I think they need to go along the lines of potentially adding alternate arts into these, just to give collectors a reason to buy it, if that makes sense. But they kind of did with the last set. Obviously, you had the rainbow foils in there, but they were okay, but they weren't like, you couldn't massively tell the difference unless you knew what you were looking at. Whereas if they put like maybe an epic style card in here that you can only get in these, then that'll give collectors a reason to pick it up. We'll have to wait and see on this one, but potential news for for Pixar set release date. And then a week later, March the 13th. No, I got them in the wrong order. Sorry, that's May the 8th. May. So this is March. So we're going back a little bit. So March the 13th. So this is 1 month after Winterspell has been out, because it comes out on February the 13th. We have the collector set, a bit like we did with this set with the Tinkerbell, but this time it's Stitch. So we have a Rockstar Stitch binder, Stitch promo, again in amber. We've already got an amber one. We've got the Lilo, we've got an Elsa. So yeah, we need a couple of other colours. I think we're missing Ruby and
Emerald. I don't remember an emerald.
Well, I don't know. We was missing Emerald. We're not anymore.
No.
So also on March 13th is the Emerald box coming out with Scrooge McDuck. So yeah, we've got emerald, we've got amber, blue. Missing blue, although that is technically in the Costco set for US, isn't it? Because there's a queen in that one. So, but over here we're missing the blue anyway. But yeah, I'm excited for these. These are always quite nice.
I mean, if this comes out at the same sort of pricing as the last one, I mean,
Yeah,
they were absolute no-brainer. I mean,
they sold
really,
out almost
really was. They
instantly.
were crazy
Yeah, it was
good
like
value. So
22 quid, I think it
yeah, it
was.
was 22 or 23 quid. You've got your
And you get
four
which is basically
packs,
20 quid anyway.
which is basically that. Yeah, you got your promo and then the binder and the binders. So you almost say you're getting the binder for free,
Yeah,
and it's a
yeah,
nice
pretty
little
much.
binder. So yeah, these are absolutely brilliant. So a nice little, again, it's called a collection starter set, but yeah, if you've got somebody that you wanted to get into Lorcana with you and you wanted to gift them something, I reckon this plus a starter deck would be a wonderful little gift to get someone started. They got binders to put their spare stuff in, a few spare packs. Yeah, so really well thought out.
Yeah, I really like it. Like I say, it's one of those ones that I'm hopefully the Stitch will be playable, and then I can add them to the set with the Tinkerbells. So
Yeah, and then go and get banned at a tournament.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll only play it at locals. Let's not talk about Hopefully they've solved that issue as well, but you never know. But yeah, looking forward to that one. We've got the Scrooge obviously as well, like we said. Hopefully, like I say,
Yeah, and
they've solved the foiling issue. That'd be quite nice.
talking about Rockstar Stitch, have you been watching the LCCC?
LCCC, the Lorcana
Lorcana
Cross Continental Clash.
Clash. Old Wonderland rocked out the
Oh yeah, he's playing
Rockstar
Rockstar, isn't
Stitch
he?
with
Yeah,
the lantern. It was like a
yeah,
wind back to free rotation, but still actually cool, constructed, legal.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I did
brilliant.
see.
Bit of flood the board and yeah, so that
Yeah,
was great to see.
yeah. I saw. I caught one of his games where he did it. He got the Stitch out and just went mental, and then in my head I was just like, shift tink swords. That's all you need. That answers the board. But yeah, unfortunately, swords is well and truly gone. Unless you want
But
to play it in Infinity,
there you go.
it's there.
No, I
Maybe
just
green
thought it was
steel.
lovely to
Maybe I need to
see.
go back to green steel for Infinity. Bring back Morph and Tink.
Why not? That was always your
Green
deck.
steel could be deadly.
Yeah,
Gonna have
got
to get cooking on that one.
even more removal that you can see.
Yeah, Thunderbolt and Zeus. I like running 21 uninkables. Let's go for it. But yeah, talking about cooking on decks. Art matters. So last week our art matters was who would you pick to be a chef for Thanksgiving, because it was obviously Thanksgiving last week. So who would you trust to cook a meal for like 20 odd people? So first one we had come up was Bev. So she was gone with Goofy. Yeah, I mean, as they put, organised chaos. I'm sure the meal will be lovely. I would not want to tidy up after him. There's
Yeah,
probably
that's
going to
true.
be a fair amount of washing up. But all the greatest chefs make all the mess, We're just used to having someone else tidy it up afterwards. So, just as pictured in the back of this one, you see, look at all the mess, but perfectly cooked food. What more could you want? So my other half, if Mrs. FPS went with Tiana. So yeah, I can see this one. I can see Tiana being quite good for hosting a meal of 20 people. Don't know quite what she's cooking up there. It looks like little bags of sand, but I'm guessing it's a pie of some description. Either that or there's a flood on its way and she's there to barricade up the door. Who knows?
Yeah, just a very small flood.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Little bags of sand.
So you went for
I went for John Silver, ship's cook. He's got the old attachment there that he can add different gadgets to. So he's gonna chop through those vegetables like no one's business. And so
nice.
Thanksgiving lunch is going to be cooked and served in like 20 minutes flat.
Very nice, very nice. It's even he's got some Christmas lights on the thing behind him. Was that
Isn't it? Yeah.
nice little nod there? And I went for Clover, because I looked at it and thought that's probably more likely what 90% of households are going to be like. Someone's going to drop something on the floor. They're going to be walking around the corner and a kid runs past, and the next thing you know, something's gone over. But yeah, that was a good one. I hunted far and wide for a chef that I thought, they look like they could do well. And then I went to submit my art matters for this week, and both the ones I wanted had been stolen, so I went with Clara. But yeah, that was the art matters for last week. So the art matters for this week, we're coming up to Christmas. We're about 3 weeks away now, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around that.
So, who would you want as your personal shopper? Who's going to take you out, get that Christmas shopping done? No doing, what most Uninkable Dads do and leave it to Christmas Eve and pop out to the garage. You can't be doing any of that. So who's going to take you on your shopping spree? Who's your personal shopper? Who's going to help you go get those bits you need for Christmas?
No, yeah. Amazon deliver next day nowadays, though, right? So
yeah, I mean, I think that's where 90% of my Christmas stuff's come from. To be fair, so I can't really moan too much.
Yeah, you can start shopping on the 23rd. You'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it. Who wants to do shopping earlier? Amazon next day. Let's give them an next day. Do it 22nd just in case. So before we wrap up today's episode, we want to go on to a little bit of local news. So the other games store are finally, they've managed to get an actual store locked down. So we have met these guys before. We met them at the Essex Card Show. I may or may not have forgotten to turn the microphone on for our interview there. But they invited us round for an early sneak peek of the store. So let's have a look.
So here we are at the other game store. Let's take a look inside. So this is the play area. So not all the tables are out. They can put some more tables in for events. So we've got enough space for sort of 24 players roughly here for events. So really nice area, really nice building. I mean, I love the old beams, the feeling of it. And through here, literally all your trading card game needs. So if your thing is Magic, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, we've got some One Piece, universes, and of course plenty of Lorcana. So they've got stock here. We've got booster packs, and obviously this is the store's opening weekend. So come down, join in. Lots of learn to play events throughout Saturday and Sunday. We'll put them in the description. We'll give you all the details. But come down, let's fill this place up.
So yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is nice for a store to be opening on our doorstep. It's quite nice to have something that close.
I mean, the store looks awesome. I mean, I love the fact that. I like the the layout of it. I like the fact that it was really light and aerial. Though they did say they wanted to make it a bit more rustic and give it some ambiance, which could work so well in there, as I say, with the setup that they've got with those the rustic beams. I love the little, they've got some Christmas lights up already. But one of the things I was most impressed by is when we were talking to them, they continually said, they were really focused on community. They sort of continually said, we want to give people a space, and then we want to react to them.
Yeah.
So they weren't sort of like, oh, this is what we're going to do. We've got it all planned out. They were like, we just want to give TCG players in Whittam a space to come and make their own. And then,
exactly.
We will react to what people want to do. And, the types of games that people want to play. And if people want more of this, then we'll stop more of that. And so, it really feels like it's somewhere that could be, a really nice base for local players in Whittam. This weekend is their opening weekend. They've got a range of learn to play events going on Saturday and Sunday. So for your newer player, check out their Instagram because it's on there. If you'd like to learn to play One Piece, Pokemon, Magic, Lorcana, they've got sessions on for all of those. Or
They've
just
got
pop
everything
down.
covered.
Yeah, absolutely. A Final Fantasy as well. Or just pop down and just check them out. So they're going to have casual games going on all day, both days. I think they've got some deals on for their opening weekend as well. So, and a really nice bunch of guys are running it. So, pop down, make them feel welcome to Whittam. And we look forward to seeing you there. So, I will be down on the Saturday later in the day, probably sort of in the evening, and I'm going to try and get down there on the Sunday for some of the Learn to Play Lorcana slot, which I believe is 1 till 3:30, something like that.
Yeah, nice. This is the good thing with it being so local for us. It's, I'm probably going to be, I think I'm going down Saturday, but I don't know when yet. And if we're not doing anything Sunday, I plan on popping down Sunday to say hello as well. So it's really nice. I feel like the place has a really, really good potential of having a real community feel to it. And like I say, they've got signs up in there that say, it's a player-run store. It's, it's run by players, so it's run by people that know the scene, who have played in these things. It's not. Don't get me wrong, it is a business, but it's not someone who's just bought into a TCG store as a business. They come from the player side of background first, and they have experiences of playing at other stores and know what's good and what's not. So hopefully, I think it'll have a really good community feel. So I'm looking forward to that. So as I say, it'd be nice to have somewhere nice and local, and hopefully, you never know, if they get a set champs. That's the one we need. Uninkable Dads, we need our home store set champs. And then we can go and get Geek Chelmsford, which is going to be technically our home from home. And then Nerdbase, which is our home from home.
Yeah.
But look forward to that one. So if we do see you, say hi. Probably won't be in the full one Uninkable Dads t-shirt and the hat and everything else, but we'll be there. So just pop in and say hello, and look forward to it.
And if you do pop in and you miss us, but do let them know that you saw them on Uninkable Dads, so that they're aware, because we want to help them, build their community as well and be part of that with them.
No, that's perfect. So I think that's everything from this week. We've had a nice chilled one. We've had a little bit of news. We've had Infinity, so let us know in the comments. You got your Art Matters, so get in there, get a comment for the Art Matters. But don't worry, you can comment more than once. So get in there again. Let us know about your Infinity. What deck are you running? How well does it go? So as always, like we say on every episode, please do go down and exert that subscribe button while you are there. It does really help us out. And a massive thank you to everyone who has done it recently. We've had a massive uptick in subscribers and comments and stuff. So, and it helps the channel grow. And the more and more the channel grows, the better and stronger we'll be able to do things for you guys. So yeah, looking forward to it. So,
Yeah.
is
And
there
it's all
anything else?
well, it's almost Christmas, so if you're getting into the spirit of giving as well, and you know other people who are into Lorcana, do share the video.
It's
Introduce
free.
them to the Uninkable Dads. Exactly, free to do. A gift for someone else, and unlike other gifts, if they decide they don't like us, they haven't got to go and stand in a queue to return it.
They could
They
leave a
can,
comment and let us know.
yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So, Merry Christmas, lots of love, and then just put in the bottom YouTube/Uninkable Dads. There you go. Perfect. Want to see it in every Christmas card. And if someone actually does that, take a picture of it because I want to see it. So, but as always, it's that time to roll up that playmat
Pack away the dice.
and remember, stay unequal.
See you next time.
See you next time.